Hi everyone. It's really good to see you all here today. Wow, it's been an incredible graduation with all these performances and videos and whatnot. Can we just get another round of applause for everyone that either put together a video or performed for me today, because they are incredible. Yeah, this graduation party has been, quite frankly, one of the most memorable and meaningful times in my entire life. And as a result, I actually do want to recognize a couple of faces around the room before I get to the primary portion of my speech. So the first person I would like to recognize is Celianti. I don't know where she is. I lost her face. Oh, there, she's waving. Yes, Celianti. Celianti actually flew here all the way from California. Yeah, that's right, California, to come to my graduation. And so I really appreciate it, because California is really far, and coming all the way here to Texas just for my graduation, it shows that you really care about me a lot. And so I really appreciate it. Thank you, Celianti. I'd also like to recognize my aunt, uncle, cousin, and grandmother for also flying here all the way from California to join me on this special day. So yeah, they're all over there and they're waving as well. The final two individuals I would like to recognize, this should be kind of obvious who I'm going to recognize, but they're my parents. So, Mom, you've always been there for me in times of need. You've worked so hard every day to ensure my life has been the best. You've been the best mom I could ask for. I could never thank you enough for everything you've done for me. And, well, let's just say, I would be in a lot of trouble if you weren't my mother. So, Mom, thank you for being my mother. Dad, you have always been there to support me in my endeavors. You always knew what to say to me in order to make me successful. You have been the best friend anyone could ask for. I know life has not been easy all these years, especially having to raise a somewhat troublesome kid like myself. But you have raised me very well. You always knew what to say to me when I needed some advice. Your unconditional love is priceless. It's something I never really considered as part of my life, but it's something I will forever cherish as I walk forward. Thank you, Dad. Finally, I just wanted to give each and everyone here a special thank you for joining me on this special day. It really means a lot, driving all the way here to Tunisia to just celebrate my achievements and celebrate myself. And so, thank you so much for joining me. As I was writing this speech, I was wanting to leave a powerful message behind, something inspiring yet elegant. But as I thought more and more about the messages I wanted to leave behind, I realized it's not the memorable or uplifting messages people need to hear. Rather, it's the things that are difficult to talk about, the things that no one really wants to hear out loud that people need to hear. Obviously, I could talk about how we can become the next generation of trailblazers, or the necessity of kindness and empathy, but chances are you have already or will hear it in the future. You may be asking, why bother, Samrat? Why give this controversial or this difficult to hear speech? And you're right, I probably could have given an inspirational speech and called it a day. But by talking about the difficult things in life, I have learned to become the best version of myself. Because self-improvement does not come from being idealistic, it comes from being realistic. And so I give this speech to not invoke fear, but to assist y'all to do better based on my life experiences. So let's talk. Let's talk about the difficult things in life. The first thing I would like to talk about is this idea of discomfort. When you think about discomfort, you likely get some sort of negative feeling or negative connotation. And maybe in the ideal life, you could probably avoid discomfort entirely. But in my opinion, it's okay and even sometimes necessary to feel discomfort. When I look at discomfort, I don't see it as an inhibiting factor. I see it as an accelerating factor. I look at it as an opportunity to do more, be more, and not to be scared. After all, why should we be scared of the things that improve us? If you never experience discomfort, you'll be static. You'll always be stuck in stage one, never growing, never expanding your vision for how you want to live your life. So rather than avoiding discomfort entirely, seek out the experiences that make you feel uneasy. Seek out the experiences that push you beyond your boundaries. Because let's face it, you have one life. You can spend the entirety of your life living the same day over and over again, or you can live an exciting life, treating each second as a new adventure. All right, this next one will be fun. Let's talk about criticism. You will, without a doubt, be criticized multiple times in your life. It's an unavoidable part of being an imperfect human. And well, let me just tell you, if you're not used to criticism, it's going to feel like someone is literally just taking their hand and tearing your heart out. And yet, despite this feeling, you should be happy or grateful that you're hearing criticism, because someone is willing to point out the flaws in you that no one else would, or that you yourself may have not recognized. They criticize you because they care about you and want you to do better. Criticism is a natural and necessary part of learning, growth, and success. You may absolutely hate to hear it. I don't like hearing criticism myself. But deep down, I know criticism comes with a good heart. And I should constantly be receptive and accepting of criticism, because if I'm not, then I should not expect to walk out of a room being a better version of myself. Look, the thing is, when receiving criticism, you need to set aside your pride and accept the reality, because even if you don't move forward, the world will. And that's what will ultimately cause you to fall behind. All right, so this next one will be even a bit more controversial. And I'm telling you this because I feel like it's also a necessity to hear. And this idea is that competition and self-serving natures are inherent within humanity, meaning people are inherently competitive and selfish. And I think one of the unfortunate results of this is that people will go as far as trying to drag you down. Unfortunately, this very nature has found its roots since the beginning of human civilization. And so as of right now, I can't really do much, right? Like, I'm just a human. I can't tell you to stop being selfish. I can't tell you to stop being competitive. But I can tell you to be kind to others, to be mutualistically collaborative, not selfishly competitive. But more than that, I want every person to be cognizant of the actions of others and have some self-confidence. I absolutely do not think you should be getting revenge on those that have tried to drag you down. But I do think you should be aware of those that are trying to drag you down and stand up for yourself, because if you don't, you will lose everything you have been working towards. So be tough, be confident, and always do the right things for yourself. Humans are such fascinating creatures. Our lives are oftentimes difficult, arduous, and yet we never fail to overcome the barriers in front of us. In fact, it's that perseverance and determination that make us such a unique species. But by admiring our resilience is not enough. We may be a great species, but we are also a flawed species. We can and must do better. How can we do better, you may be asking? Well, it's simple. Ask yourself the hard questions. What things can I do to move me out of my comfort zone? How can I be more receptive and absorbing of criticism? What will make me a better person? That said, I hope you got something out of this speech. I would once again like to give everyone a huge thank you who has joined me here today, and please enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you.